The elective conference for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal gets underway in Durban today. For more, let's now cross to our SABC News reporters who are there. I believe Ayanda Mhlongo will be crossing to us today, but certainly many of our reporters on the ground for us in KZN. A very good afternoon to you, Ayanda. All right, so quite a few delays that took place then, and I suppose we've been through all of that. We're supposed to start at 10 a.m. Where are we right now? I did see earlier video showing about an hour ago of the Premier walking in. What can you tell us about what's taking place at this time?
Yeah, Flo, very good afternoon to you and good afternoon to our viewers at home. Yes, the conference was set to start at 10 a.m. This morning to allow, of course, the 1,617 delegates to be able to finalize their registration, which for them was going to start at 7 a.m. In the morning. Slight delays there, of course, with the delegates registering, and so that is the hold-up, it seems. But, of course, we will be speaking to the leaders of the ANC just to find out if there has been any other issue that has, of course, led to this delay in the start of this conference. I must say, though, Flo, apart from the delays, one of the regions is here, the delegates from the Harigwala region in the southern part of KwaZulu-Natal, in a very jovial mood. They've been singing here in the main hall, really excited to be part of this long-awaited conference. And, of course, we've been saying that this is also one of the most highly contested conferences to have taken place here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But to not waste much time and just to get in terms of the preparations and when we are likely to start, I'm now joined by the member of the ANC's National Executive Committee who is deployed to the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Nogawe from this map. Thank you so much for your time. Ma'am, the delays, of course, we'd expected that we're going to start at 10 this morning. I know that delegates had a long night, but just possibly, has there been any other issue? I know that earlier on we also had some unhappy members of the party who came and demonstrated outside and were waiting for guidance from yourselves in terms of what was going to happen with the grievances that they'd brought forth.
Yes, good afternoon, Ayanda, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. We had agreed that we will start at 10 today. Of course, this is a very big conference. Delegates are about 1,600. We're talking about voting delegates. They have all been registered. And what is happening right now at the registration venue is only those that are changing delegates or those that couldn't do pre-registration, because pre-registration was done in all regions in the last 2 days. What we are hoping to do, because what then got a little bit of a delay, is when the regions were going there to the registration venue to fetch the tags. And because of some of them slept very late, as you put it, because this is a conference that is highly contested, but it is a conference of the African National Congress. We hope to start any time now. That's why you saw the national leadership making their way to the podium to signal both to the media and to the delegates that we are ready to start. Nothing is stopping us from starting now. Delegates are outside, they are making their way into the venue. No one is not registered. All delegates have been registered.
And I mean, for people to understand, yesterday the now outgoing secretary of the province, Mdumiseni Ntuli, took time to actually explain why there had been the postponement, one, in the conference which was supposed to have taken place last week, postponing it today to allow some of the branches to have reruns of their branch general meetings, which were critical in preparation for this conference. And you were saying that it's important that you go through and it's a painstaking process, but you said it's an important one because you don't want anyone who may then come at a later point to possibly challenge the process.
Yes, Ayanda. Rather, we start late, but we start with a conference that will not have hiccups, rather than we start early and then the conference is held back by things that we have not resolved. So we hope that when we start, there will be no issue that will hold the conference back. It will be smooth sailing because we've dealt with almost with everything that could hold the conference back. So it's all systems go. You can hear delegates starting to sing Kamipe, and it's go. Once we start, we start.
Are you confident that you're not going to have anyone who's going to come out and challenge this conference? I mean, you know that 2015 you were deployed to this province, Mafu. You saw the challenges that came in 2018 when disgruntled members took the party to court. Earlier on today, we had that group that went outside to protest. In terms of them and their issue, have you managed to resolve it? They're saying they come from Ward 91 and that they didn't have a branch, a general meeting, and in fact that branch, according to them, should not have qualified for conference.
Look, you know how we run conferences. There's committees that manage a conference. There's a steering committee. There's a dispute resolution committee. All those that then you come with an issue, they go to those committees. So the branch that was outside, the committee will be dealing with that issue. We ask them to give us what they're coming for, and we will resolve that. Because that's otherwise we can't be running every time there's a body outside, we go and address. Committees must manage the issues that arise. Of course, this province has got about 901, I'm talking potential branches. It's one of the biggest provinces in the country. So you can't then sleep and be comfortable and say you won't have challenges. Challenges might come, but we are confident that any challenge that might arise, we will be able to manage it because we have managed all the processes the way that the African National Congress wishes. So if anybody comes through and say I have an issue, we will manage that because we've got systems in place to make sure that everybody is heard, everybody is dealt with, every challenge is dealt with, but the conference is going to run very smoothly.
Ma'am Mafu, you have steered the ANC in this province over the past couple of years through some turbulent times. I know when we were with you in 2015, again in 2018, it's been through difficult times in this province, the political killings, the divisions within the ANC. What would you say, having been with them, rather guided the leaders of this province, do you feel that this outgoing PEC leaves the province, the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, in a better position than what they found it?
Look, we've got 11 regions in this province. Let's start there. And as I'm standing here, all those 11 regions have gone through regional conferences. You've got fully fledged regional structures and you've got fully fledged regional leadership. For me, that's something that we must be very proud of. And that has been done by this provincial leadership. Of course, there have been challenges here and there. As you put it, there have been killings. We have lost so many municipalities in the last local government elections to the opposition. Those are the things that have happened under this provincial leadership. But through it all, this province has done the best it can because this province is one of those that you must manage all the political dynamics that are happening. It's a province that I always say it's a hot cookpot. If you get out of it, like me that I've been here for the longest, it means I can probably survive in any other province in the country. But one of the things that we must pride ourselves on is that through all those challenges, this is one of the provinces that is going to conference still with a fully fledged provincial structure. We are not coming to the conference with a PTT or a provincial executive committee that has been disbanded because it's out of its time. They are going to conference within the 4-year term that they have been elected for. For me, that's also a plus. So with everything, I think the African National Congress has been properly managed as an organization by this outgoing leadership. They might have slipped up in terms of areas that needed to be managed on the other side, but organizationally they've done the best you could. You know, you've seen the regional conferences. Everybody thought that at some point a eThekwini region was going to collapse, but we managed. So all 11 regions with minor challenges have been done and they've been done well. It's not us who ran those conferences, it's this provincial leadership.
All right, we had a lot more to talk to, but to speak about rather, but I know that we will catch up with you. We appreciate your time, Nokdawe Mafu there, the National Executive Committee member who is deployed here to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And as she said, flow behind us, the members of the National Executive Committee and some of the outgoing Provincial Executive Committee members are already seated in the front, signalling to the delegates that they need to start making their way here through so that this conference can get underway. Flo?
All right, many thanks to you, Ayanda. Let's catch up with you all within the next hour. They'll certainly be giving us more information as to what's taking place there.